Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameFine, and my name is Dave, and today we're reviewing a party game called Charty Party. Let's do it. Okay, so Charty Party is a party game in the likes of a lot of party games that you might have played. Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, and that kind of realm. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of party games. Once I've played Apples to Apples so much, I kind of played it to death, and the adult humor of Cards Against Humanity feels too forced for me, so... Now, Charty Party does have some of that adult humor, but it's not, like, drenched in it. You can siphon through some of the cards and actually play a family-friendly game of this. So essentially what you're doing in Charty Party is, like every other party game of this ilk, is trying to have the judge pick your card. Be it the funniest, the most clever, it's subjective to the judge. So every chart is different, and it has peaks and lows and what it is on the very bottom. So I'll go over that a little bit more in the how-to portion. First, let me show you what comes in this box. Let's go. Alright, so here's the contents for Charty Party, and it's really quite simple. You get the chart cards, and you get the playing cards. Now, there is one thing I will mention. I do wish they made a distinguishing side for each one. Maybe make one side orange with white writing, and the reverse white with orange writing. That would have distinguished it, because sometimes it would make me question which side I needed to look at, but that is a minor gripe because after so long you get used to it. And then you have these charts cards, and you have the year on the very bottom, so there's going to be a different thing on each card, and it's going to tell you different things along the way. So you have income, you have coffee and cup of coffee. So I'm going to explain what these are a little bit more in depth. Let me show you some of the cards, because there are some adult cards, but there are some friendly cards as well. So ability to say a word, shuttlecock with a straight face. Intensity of hand gestures, just different things. So now let me show you how to actually play this game. Okay, so here we have a graph. Everybody has a hand of cards, and basically you're going to pick a judge. The judge is going to not play a card, and then the other players will be playing a card. So this is the graph. Right here we see the very highest, the fact that it's happening is very high at 8 a.m. and the fact that it's happening at 4 a.m. is very low. So we're trying to get a card maybe clever or funny. So let's say there's 4 players, there's going to be 3 cards to choose from. Let's see, we're going to do this one here. Change your misinterpretation of what a poop deck is up to now. So, and there are some hardcore cuss words in here, but I'm not going to show this because we are a family channel, but this is an adult game. Keep that in mind. So the next card here is time spent browsing gifs of puppies and hugging kittens. Now there are cute cards like that. So yeah, I basically browse those in the morning. And the next one here is frequency of clearing your browser history. You do it in the morning and you're not so much doing it at night. You're probably clearing it from the night before. So the judge will pick a funny one, he picks the cat ones, and the person gets a point. You replenish your hand and you go on to the next chart. So the next one right here is age. So they can be crazy like this. Sometimes they can just be standard, like a U shape right here. But this one is age, so 10 to 70. Let's see the first card we have here. Sadness when viewing yourself in the mirror. So it's higher at this point. That doesn't make any sense. See the next card. Unbridled rage. Okay, that makes a little more sense. So basically you're just playing cards, doing different charts. You can keep score if you want. I'm not going to be actually going over the rules, because if you've played a party game, you know what a party game is. Now let's just give this game a grade and tell you about my opinion on it. Let's go. So that is Charty Party and how you play it. I totally dig this one. It gets a 73 from me, which is a GameVine approved. Any game that gets 70 or above gets that certification. And like I said, party games really aren't my thing, but this made it fun for me. The charts almost simplified it. There were some kind of charts that were confusing, but one of the things in the roles that made it really helpful for me is focus on the peaks. So the example they have in the roles is focus on what card would be funny for a 40-year-old and a 70-year-old, as it had this kind of U shape. So once you get the hang of that, you're just picking cards that would be funny. Now, again, a lot of the jokes in other party games feel forced, but this kind of made it not so. It's something about the charts that made it simpler and more of a cohesive game for me. Now, I did say that you can siphon through the cards to make this a family game. You're going to have to siphon through quite a bit, but it is possible. But this is going to be a 17 or plus game, as it says on the box here. So if you're trying to get this for a family game, you could, but I recommend this for adults mostly. The components are decent, so all in all, I'm recommending this game if you're into party games and you want something just a little bit different, but is still in the kind of apples to apples actual gameplay. Now, as a disclaimer, this is a review copy. Thank you so much for sending this out to us. You help the channel grow, and thank you so much, Vine Nation, for joining us in another review. If you want to buy this game, it's going to be in the link down below. If you like the video, click a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all the Charty parties that you play. I'm out, everybody. Bye. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.